Storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
They don't understand. Mike's got a friend, 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike.
Hunter's your man. What's up, everybody? Good morning. We're going to go live here once our countdown hits 0. Both dogs jumped on my lap today. So we got a BOGO dog day. We got little Hunter first, and then little Louie. Oh, let's see here. I'm only getting comments on my page. Let's see here. All right, what's that? Look at that. Bringing back memories. That was Tropical Storm Ada. Many years ago. Comments a little slow this morning on Facebook. We're going to let it catch up here a little bit. Let me turn off the countdown timer. Oh, let's see. So here we are, guys. Tropics, September 13th. 3 days past peak season. And we got things waking up a little bit. So we're going to talk about it. It was bound to happen. September, October. Got a little something. They just invested it, by the way. It's an invest now. So that means we'll have spaghetti models soon. Yeah, all right, we're letting Facebook catch up. It looks a little slow today. I was watching another live this morning, and it looked like it was acting up for them, too. So, unfortunately, it might be them. I'm not seeing all the comments, but hopefully you're seeing the video at least. What's up, John Ferguson over there? I'm seeing YouTube good. What's up, Matt? What's up, Ken Allen? What's up, John? What's up, Miguel? Tropical Depression Brewing. Could be. That's right above my head, by the way. Our brand new invest. What's up, Dale Keinberg? What's up? Good morning. What's up, Maureen? What's up? We got some stars. Appreciate that. All right. So this little Hunter. Let's flip on over to Louie. Then we'll get right into the tropics. He's going to get mad. I got to wake him up. Oh, man. There we go. There's the original Louie. He's a big old boy now. Getting close to 5 years. All right, so what is up? This is the Daily Brew. I am Mike's weather page. This is Louie. We stream live from Oldsmar, Florida. Been streaming live since 2015, I believe. As soon as Facebook started doing their streaming, we started it right away. Also streaming live over on Twitter and YouTube. So welcome, everybody. I am not a professional meteorologist. I am a weather wannabe. No. I'm a hobbyist and always refer to the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center for official information. Putting that out there. But Daily Brew brought to you proudly by our friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. If you didn't catch the commercial, they're running it all across the great state of Florida here on Paramount mainly. But I've had so many people say they saw our commercial. So thanks to ABC. Putting Mike's weather page in a real commercial on real TV. It was on Big Brother the other night. I had somebody said they were watching Big Brother and they saw us. So that was really cool. So, if you saw it, yes, that was us. We were on TV. Can you believe it? I did use the word linguini, Rocky Boulder. We found the word linguini yesterday. See how I say lingering front all the time. We have our own weird dictionary here at Mike's Weather Page. We come up with some weird names like spinach and blobs and turnips, and now we have a new one. When every time we say lingering, that's going to be used as linguini. So you should read the comments. They were great this morning. Linguini. People got a kick out of that. So anyway, you saw the commercial on Facebook, Kate. How do you do that, man? Not sure. Yeah, right, Dale. I don't know about that, buddy. So, all right. So let's put Louie down. Let's start talking tropics. This is our little boy, Louie. You gonna go lay with your brother now, buddy? You little buddy? You gonna lay with your buddy? Shelly. Hey, Shelly. Sarah watches me at school. So, hi, Sarah. Hello, class. I think they only tune in to see the dogs. They don't care about the weather too much. So, all right. Lots to talk about. All right. See, I don't know why the chat's a little slow today. I was watching my buddy Eric Burris from channel West News over there in Orlando. I think he was having the same issue, something. So, not really sure what's up with that. But anyway. So here's the deal. All right, so here's the current tropics. This came out at 8 o'clock in the morning. We have 2 waves. Not too worried about this one. Most of the models had it fizzling. Most of them had it going north. So let's not talk about the yellow guy much. We're not going to worry too much about the yellow guy right now. We're going to worry about the orange guy. It was yellow, now it's orange. But they got the crayons. You hear us joke about crayons on our site. It's because these are crayoned areas of interest from the National Hurricane Center. And it is an invest now. There's no spaghetti models yet. There will be probably a couple hours. So I'll update the website and update the app with our new invest, which is brewing right now. So here's tropics in a nutshell. This is weathernerds.org. This looks nice and great way to kind of chit-chat, I guess. This is our spot we're watching. This is it. Not this one. Not this one. This one down the road is interesting. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Hey, Tammy Kent. What's up? How's Iowa doing? Tropics are waking up. Yep. Wonder why the chat's so slow, Shelley. What's going on with that? I think we only got our normal. We don't really have everybody in it. Not really sure what's going on with our chat, but oh well. We got people watching. That's all that matters. Hey, people. Oh, Tammy, I know. Tropics. She's a big Tropics watcher. Team OSR. All right, so we're only going to focus on this, but there's 2 spots on this map if you're wondering. I keep teasing this a little bit. This is a lingering frontal area that's in the Bay of Campeche. Not really showing any signs of circulation, but man, it's bubbling every day now. And sometimes you watch these little spots here in the bay. Sometimes. Not showing up on models, but just throwing it out there. And then this little wave here really is getting some interest. It's going to truck along pretty fast here. It's going to actually almost catch up to this guy. So when this guy is somewhere around here, this one's already going to be entering here. So keep an eye on this Atlantic wave. That's not even a wave yet. African wave. It's an African wave. Again, this is nothing. That's going to go up that way. So anyway, so here's what it looks like. All right, so we've been talking a lot about this. If you know, we've been focusing on this middle Atlantic wave. It 3 days ago, it was completely void of convection. Yesterday, it looked really good, and it's really bubbling into some moisture, kind of beating the odds. NHC had it marked several days ago. Now, here it is, a lot of moisture, and it's defying odds. A lot of wind, upper level dry dust, a lot of dusty air was around it. But look at this moisture field that's developed around it. And I talked about it yesterday. It's got a large moisture field. And so the NHC is talking about it possibly getting a chance to become tropical in just a few days. What that means is that we have a lot of people watching here in the Eastern Caribbean. And that means this weekend coming up, a few days from now, likely no matter what, you're going to get a lot of moisture surge. And developed or not, definitely Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Lesser Antilles, even in the Dominican and Hispaniola there, definitely got moisture coming. And we'll see about development here in a few minutes. I'm going to get into all the models. Before I forget, this is an interesting tidbit. A lot of Florida natives talk about. It's called the A-Bear box. It's a theory. This is not a scare tactic. But I've had a lot of our MWPs bring it up because a lot of our followers live in Florida. Just put it out there, the A-Bear box. Sometimes when systems go through this little box, they could impact South Florida. So we'll just put that out there because everybody asks me, what's the A-Bear box? What's the A-Bear box? Well, I got a link on my site. It's kind of hard to find. I have a lot of links on my site. You could spend a whole day on my site. Links on various storm info and stuff. A-Bear box right there. A-Bear box. Read about it. It's kind of neat. Kind of fascinating. Doesn't mean anything. It's a theory. But that's what it goes. So if you're watching this over on Facebook, for some reason the chat's slow. I apologize for that. Nothing we can do about it. But I'm still here. What's up, Jennifer, over on YouTube? What's up, Di? What's up, Ferguson? What's up, Tim from Iowa? We got another fellow Iowan over in the Facebook chat. So, all right, so we're going to get right into the models right now. What the heck's going on? I'm going to do a post here in a minute, too, by the way. Here's our friends from Windstorm Products. I try to share this every now and then. We have a lot of great companies that support our MWPs and offer special deals and discounts and whatnot. So, Windstorm Products based out of Florida here, and they have a special 10% off sale on hardware. Everybody knows living in Florida, especially whenever there's any type of storm, it's next to impossible to find hardware. Everybody runs down to their local Lowe's and Home Depot and Ace. Amazon won't be here in time because if you're a procrastinator. So this is a great place. This is a must-have if you live in any hurricane area. And like I said, they offer 10% off for our fans. So I'll be sharing that later today because people have been asking. And they're a great Florida company. Like to support local. All right. Let's jump right into the European. So what we got is this. So we got a wave. Let's set it all up here. So we got a wave out there in the Atlantic. I'm going to show you these. We're going to go right into the models because everybody does. I'm going to get into all the specifics later. But we have a wave that is entering the Caribbean where there's high ocean heat content. The waters are extra warm, basically. We are entering an enhanced phase of the MJO, which we talk about a lot. Those two things alone, could enable this sucker to intensify. So short term, it doesn't have the most favorable conditions. It's still kind of in the middle Atlantic. The waters aren't the warmest out there, but it's got a seed, it's got circulation, it's got rotation, it's got what it needs. But when it gets, a little bit closer, we start entering these more favorable conditions. I got my eye on it. It's very interesting. The biggest factor could be, as far as development goes, is land interaction. You never know. This thing, as always, if this thing cuts across Hispaniola, the big mountains down there, which I've showed because I've been down there, the big mountains, the clouds, lower circulation, it tears them apart. So that's kind of where we're at. We got a developing wave here, and the NHC's bumped it up to 40%. All right, so let's look at the European ensembles. These are on Weather Nerds. I love ensembles. I love corn. Hey, Tammy, that corn song that's on TikTok. I love corn. I think of you guys all the time out in Iowa. The ensembles are great. There's 51 members of the Euro, and we use them a lot. We use a lot of models, but this is a great little page here that puts them all together, weather nerds, and we can learn a lot from the ensembles. But this is what they all think. This is what we got coming on. There's our wave, and there's our time frame, the 15th. We've been talking about this for over a week now, that this wave is going to enter close to the islands around the 15th. There is a little bit of sign still that this low pressure we were looking at yesterday could get wrapped up in this frontal boundary that's stalled out over Florida. The end of the week could be something for the East Coast that gets pushed on out of here. So if you're wondering what these little lines are, it's all tied to our linguini front. So here's the ensembles. And, look, we got strong confidence there's going to be high pressure. We have strong confidence the wave behind it we're not going to worry about. But we have a huge cluster now over the weekend of whatever this thing's going to be. So regardless of development early on, definitely Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, all the islands down there, this weekend you're going to feel it. And then we start getting into the what ifs. We start seeing stronger systems in the 900 millibar range. We see 970. We see 982. We see some strong ones. We see some weak ones going south over land. Well, we have a lot of members, though, showing potential development. And then the big question mark is here. This is the 21st. This is entering the Bahamas. We could have some below entering the Caribbean. We're starting to get some pull north. This is what's hard about long-range tracking. You can't. A week out is maybe the maximum you can start to, really get confidence. But there's so many changing weather patterns and upper level highs and lows and fronts, and that's where you just kind of have to keep watching your upper level patterns, thinking ahead where this could go. And right now, look at this. We have two schools of thinking basically right now. We have a cluster starting to turn north, and we have a cluster kind of going west-northwest. And that's what you got. So nobody knows at this point in the game, I guess you call it a game, is North Carolina affected? I don't know. Georgia, Florida. We just don't know. Nobody knows. Too early to tell. But we like to look at all the models because it kind of, you start to see some touching. This is next Thursday. A week from Thursday, not that far away, Here's this time next week, about right here. So this time next week, we could see something right here, just a week away. I'll show you why that's happening. Yesterday's ensembles were a little different. There was more of them going west-northwest. Now here's the other wave, since we're on this page. Showing up a lot. Been teasing us a lot in our Brew Crew section. But overnight models definitely showing this wave that's coming off of Africa. Not the one that's highlighted now. This is that one we just showed way over here off of Africa. A lot of models are still picking this up. And it's a faster mover, man. We're going to have some high pressure upper level winds really kicking this thing fast. And it could almost try to catch up to whatever's ahead. So if you're living down on the islands, we could be looking at this time next week a second system. So BOGO possibilities for you all down there in the Eastern Caribbean. This is that wave right now currently. If you look at it, it's not the spot that's highlighted on the NHC. It's actually right here. Kind of hard to see it on this map, but it's basically about right there. This is the one that could have a chance to catch up to our new invest. Not this one. So that's a long way away, but it's going to be a fast mover. It's very interesting. All right, so let's look at all the individual model runs here and get a sense of what is really happening with our system. So we'll go to Tropical Tidbits, as we do. Hey, what's up, Eric? 3 in a row for the Rays, man. Not good. Charnel from New Orleans. How's it going in New Orleans? Cook me some Cajun food. Yo, hell, what's happening down in South Florida? Keep your eye on this one, buddy. Some dude going on a cruise. All right. So let's pop right over to the Euro. All right. So here's what we got. These little blue areas are low pressure. And that's kind of what we're watching. So the overnight 00Z basically showed what we've been talking about forever. A ding dong. Ha! Who was that guy on the cruise ship we were on, Shelly? Ding dong. The Independence of Seas. We were on the Independence of Seas. Ding dong. So here's our little spot. This is next 15th. And there you go. Starts to develop it. Crossing over Puerto Rico on the weekend. 1,008 millibar. Nothing to get worked up about it. However, could be a lot of rain. You know, you got to worry about rain, obviously, with mudslides in the mountains. As far as winds go, it's only 1,008 right here. The Euro then does what could happen. You know, you get anything in the and here's the next wave catching up. Let's zoom in a little closer now. Let's get it in the picture. We're going to go one more day. So right here. So this is the Euro. This is for next Tuesday. Not basically a week from now. Oh, man. So as we've seen in the past, you know, any system that gets into the Western Atlantic in September, you got to watch because the conditions there's a lot of ocean heat content. MJO, nobody's talking about that MJO, but we're getting into a pretty enhanced cycle coming. All fitting in the same timeline right here. So this is what the Euro does. And here's our wave coming in off of Africa that is really catching up fast. So like we said, this time next week, the islands could be watching a second system coming. And then the Euro starts developing at 994. Here's our wave, not really doing much. And then 987. Now notice it starts to kind of move up a little bit. See that? Interesting, right? It's definitely near the Bahamas. This is why you can't get too worked up on anything too far out. Now yesterday's 12Z run, totally different. It kept on trucking northwest. So there's two scenarios here in the Euros plate that is the whole bottom line. Now let's go to the Canadian model real quick, kind of show you that, and then we're going to talk about the upper level winds. So the Canadian model, not a bad model. Here it goes, near in the islands the 15th. That's what, 3 days from now. Then the Canadian shows high pressure to the north and basically slowly develops it. You know, 1,001. Here's that new wave coming into the picture Wednesday. And the Canadian just keeps on trucking into the Gulf. So there's, you know, enough support that we can see, you know, what the Euro's thinking with a lot of the members doing this and a lot of members starting to do that. So there's classic, we had to wait. It's like a soap opera. Stay tuned tomorrow. But you know, just don't know right now. So that's interesting. There's Canadian. The Icon is not a bad model. Let's take a look at that. The Icon is showing a system now. You know, I think the Icon does good with early detection. Here's the 16th and 17th. Kind of ramps it up pretty quick. This is over the weekend. So, you know, again, you're going to watch, man. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. This is this weekend. Could be a little developing system here on the latest Icon. Overnight run, you know, 992, 980. It kind of pulls it north, but like I said, the Icon doesn't do very good with steering, just intensity-wise. But so definitely, you know, Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico this weekend. There's a good chance that this thing could be sneaky and start to develop once it nears the islands Friday. So let's look at the upper level wind pattern. Kind of get a handle of what's happening. This is tropicaltidbits.com, by the way. I always like to say that. I forget sometimes. But tropicaltidbits.com. Not sure why the chat's not working, but that's the way it goes. What's up, Bill Barber? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's the first time we ever seen the Facebook chat a little slow. It's weird. All right, here's the upper level winds. This is tropicaltidbits.com. This is awesome. This really shows you what's happening in a nutshell. Always we watch high pressures and low pressures. Always. I wonder what the 6 right here shows for Saturday versus Sunday. About the same. All right. So as our system starts to develop over the weekend, you can kind of see the little blue dot right here. This is over Puerto Rico. This is the Euro. So this is what the Euro is showing. Basically, we have high pressure, and we have this weakness. And eventually the Euro feels that weakness and starts to show some pull to the north. Now, again, that far out, but if you're wondering why the Euro kind of stops and maybe turns a little bit, it's because there's a high pressure development over the U.S. So that's something to watch. Obviously Bahamas are right here, but there's weakness. There's our system, high pressure, low pressure. So but yesterday's 12Z, totally different. High pressure came in a little quicker. It didn't feel the weakness. Our system basically went past the weakness, and now it's riding along this high pressure here and possibly trucking along west-northwest. So it always comes down to a race with these gaps, these high pressures. We saw it with Sandy. Half the models had it out to sea. Half the models had it turn. It was all high pressure coming down from Canada that ended up blocking Sandy. There was nowhere to go, and Sandy had to go towards the East Coast. So these are the scenarios, man. It's just tough. So short term, we watch development. Long term, we kind of know what we're looking for as far as pattern goes, and we'll see. The 12Z will be really interesting. Every day, every 12 hours, it inches by. It's a little more solid. We're within it. If this is next Wednesday, next Thursday. Is it? Yeah, today's Tuesday. That's right. All right. So it'd be, latter part of next week. So we're not talking that far away. I mean, high pressure builds and pushes along whatever. Worst case, could be looking at next Friday, if you had to guess. A week from Friday, not this Friday, the following Friday. 23rd. People always want to know, worst case scenario. Enough time to get your hurricane hardware and your Furman generators. So, Kyle Busch announcement. No, we don't want to hear that one. I am so sad about that. I'm a huge Richard Childress fan. I cannot believe he's driving a Chevy. I might have to trade the Storm Chaser truck in now. So anyway, worst case scenario, 22, 23. If you're wondering if it was to make some sort of U.S. trek, 22, 23. That's a big if. Canadian model, a little slow, a little faster actually. This is the 21st. There's a little dot right here. So, makes sense, right? Faster moving system. Kind of misses that opportunity to get pulled northward. And the Canadian showing the 21st, which is next week. And then it shows it kind of going into the Gulf. So we can look at the Euro. We looked at the CMC. Let's look at the GFS. Not really showing much development with the GFS. It's not been the one to use this year, in my opinion. But we can still look at upper level wind patterns and get a time frame on that. If there were something to develop. So let's see here. Oh, I don't know. You can see a little dot right there. You kind of see it right here. Look at that. There's the juice. 22nd. So there you go. You kind of see it on. Look at that. It's not developing it, but it does pick up the mid-level, low pressure. This is next 21st. So even though it's not developing it, this is kind of the blob that we're watching here. Next Thursday. So the GFS, and notice the high pressure up here. So, you know, if it gets on this side of the high pressure system, then the high pressure winds spin, you know, clockwise, and it actually helps accelerate our system, continue that west-northwest motion. We go to the CMC, back up a day, you can kind of see it right here, high pressure to the north. This is our system right here somewhere on the CMC. And then we go to the Euro. And the Euro around the 21st, a lot slower system. Makes sense. All right. So, high pressure confidence at this point, pretty strong on the 21st right here. 21st of next week, CMC and GFS are a little faster system, missing this opportunity to turn. So the Euro is showing a slower moving system, 21st. And that's why it's allowing this to find this little gap here and get away. Now, I bet you, let's see what yesterday's 12Z run was. It's a little faster. So for the Euro, it all comes down to forward speed. If it's a slower mover system than what the GFS and CMC, but yesterday's 00Z, the Euro had it more closer to the Bahamas. In line with it. So there's, you know, there's no 100% chance this is not, that makes no sense. There's a 100% chance there is no chance. There's a chance wherever you're at. There's a chance. How about that? What's up, Nikki? I see stars coming through. Appreciate the stars. Just not the chat. That's really weird. Bill Barber, what's going on Labor Day? What's up, Bobby? Bobby, I do love the icon. It sniffs out stuff very good. It doesn't seem like it tracks very good. We just got an invest, Bobby. That means we're going to have spaghetti models. Alfredo asks a great question. Any circulation? Yeah, let's start digging into that. So this makes a lot of sense to me. Forward speed is going to have a lot to do with it. There is a gap that it could turn. If it misses that gap, we got a high pressure coming. At this point, a week away, you start to think the confidence is pretty good. Most of your models are showing this high pressure here. This is the CMC on the 21st. High pressure. This is your GFS on the 21st. About right here. And the Euro showing high pressure. 21st. Right here, but a slower mover system, it misses it. So it really comes down to where the heck our system is. If the 12Z comes out and it speeds up our system, then likely the GF is going to be, or the Euro will be back to a west-northwest track. So it makes sense, man. I feel like we learned something today. Corn makes whiskey. Tammy just wrote on there. I didn't think you drink whiskey, Tammy. Tammy is our good friend here. She owns OSR. I got my orange jacket, Tammy. It is the brightest orange jacket I've ever had in my life. I cannot wait to wear it if we get to ever storm chase again. There will be a hurricane again one day, impact the United States one day. In my lifetime, I predict at least one hurricane to affect the United States. And I'll get to wear my jacket. Unless I don't slow down on my carbs. But I'm doing pretty good. I've maintained for several years now. That's a good thing. But really good people. A lot of good fans that work at OSR. And we appreciate that. So check them out. Click on their little link right here. All right, so we're going to look at some circulation. As always, listen, make sure you check my morning post. I've posted about 10 times this morning, all kinds of good information. You can get a sense of everything. We do have a cool front that just came down. I'm not going to talk about that yet. We do have a lingering front. We have a linguini front across Florida. Really interesting, though. I do want to show that. This is really interesting graphic. This is your rainfall totals for the next 7 days. Now, the only thing fascinating about this is there is no rain to the north of this for the next 7 days. That in itself, if you think about it, this is rain accumulation for 7 days. And there's basically nothing north of this linguini front. A little bit along the coast, there could be a little bit of rain impacting, off that Gulf Stream there along the, Carolinas and Georgia. But, Louisiana, your normal coastal spots. But this is amazing. We're going to have a real cold front with dry air all week long. Florida rain chances are up through the weekend. I looked at my, I don't really believe in, I do like apps. I like WeatherBug. I like my app, actually. But I always look at 10%. So here's a 10-day, 70%, 80%, 70%, 80%, 70%, 70%, Sunday 60%, Monday 50%, Tuesday 60%. So, look at that, Thursday hurricane. No, doesn't say that. Fianna is the next name, by the way. Fianna, isn't that a Disney character? Fianna? They use all kinds of Disney names. Or no, maybe Disney is secretly in love with hurricanes because maybe Disney uses hurricane names. I think that's part of Shrek, right? Yeah. Ugh. Went to bed with a 10 and woke up with a 2. I hope there wasn't a real person that they modeled that out after. I did not mean to offend, but I don't think there's a real person that looks like this. Looks like Incredible Hulk's mom. Green. So anyway, next name on the list is Fianna. All right, so what kind of structure do we have now? Let's take a look at that. So again, I mentioned this at the start of the little Daily Brew here. This is an old lingering front. No signs of circulation, but very interesting. Never take your eyes off old linguini fronts. Bubbled up really good yesterday. There's really no sign of circulation, but it's interesting. Just keep your eye on it. You never know. This whole bay thing can sometimes spin up systems. There's a little circulation, but not a lot. All right, so somebody asked if we had any ASCAT passes. This is the old school wind maps here. That one didn't go out far enough. This one maybe. Not really. These are hard to pass because the earth is not flat. It's round. Didn't know if you knew that or not. This one might show it. Nah, it's not really. It's tough to at this point. It's hard to see these. I guess you kind of argue maybe, but let's look at the wind. I really like the Noel School site. This one's great. We can really see circulation on this setup here. So, I mean, the NHC talked about it this morning. They said it's becoming better organized than yesterday. They see it. That's why the chances went up to 40%. But there, there's some weak circulation here. 700, tight. 500, little bubble, little baby bump. So it's definitely, it's definitely takes time to develop, but there's not a lot of wind shear out there. And, just looking at it, you can see that it's trying to wrap a little bit. Not like wrap, like Eminem style rapping. We're talking maybe Moonshine Bandits rapping. You like the Moonshine Bandits? Anybody into that kind of stuff? How about the Lax? All right, I like that kind of stuff. I like all music. So here it is. All right, now look, you kind of see it. I'm telling you, had my eye on this guy for a while. Look at the lower level circulation. You can see it. You can see this getting pulled up here a little bit. You can start to see a little low. You know, you can just kind of see it. I mean, it's not. It takes forever for these systems to get going, but you know, the winds are just supporting the gradual development. And you know, that's looking kind of Fianna-ish. Kind of looks like Fianna right now, a hot mess. But it's bubbling. Got some good convection. I'm surprised. It's hanging on. Let me show you the most. Let me drink some coffee to this one. This is why I was so curious about this thing. Becky, right? It looks like it's trying to get its act together. Yep. Moonshine, Bobby. Where's your head at this morning? Dylan James TV. What's up? Love your show in Okeechobee. I love that area down there. See you, Yohel. Good to see you, buddy. Looking forward to our cruise, man. Good times are coming. All right, so here's the most fascinating thing going on here. This is our Dusty Dry map. And, you know, one time this thing was marked when it came off Africa. Ding, 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 ding. Ding dong. So here is September 10th. This is so cool to me. So 3 days ago, our system was right here, believe it or not. There it is right there. And, you know, it always had a little circulation. Sometimes, you know, you don't ever take your eye off these little guys when they have circulation. Hey, Earlene, thanks for the coffee. Lord Andrew, what's happening in Polk County? Yeah, there's very isolated storms happening right now, but we got that frontal line, and basically, Lord Andrew, we're going to have an onslaught of rain coming in from the Gulf for the next like 7 days. So it's just going to be very very moist, juicy atmosphere. That means daytime heating, anything, anytime, any place. Storms are going to be popping. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the air. Just so, if you know, we've had a lot of rain, so it doesn't take a lot of rain to make some flooding because we've just had constant rain these last few days. Now we're going to have even more rain in the next few days. All right, so this was the 10th, but watch what happens. It's really kind of fascinating to me. Nobody else has talked about this. Being that it was a very dry environment, everybody blew this one off because of this massive dry air. But watch what happens. All of a sudden, it just gets a bunch of moisture. And boom, this was yesterday. So in a matter of 2 days, it goes from nothing, no moisture. This is what we're looking right here. So that's what's cool about Mother Nature, man. You just, every time you think you know, you don't know. And as you can see, it's starting to thin out a little bit, this dry air. So it's kind of cleared out ahead of it. You know, our core is here, but all this is now void of any dry air. So it's got a little, it's kind of made its own little bubble. It kind of made its own, what do we got here? What is this thing? We always look at pictures here. Look at, what is this thing? This almost looks like a moose. Did I say moose earlier? Because look, we got an eyeball, got a nose a little bit there. That's a horse. Whose horse is that? Interesting. So it's got a lot of moisture. Ding dong. So the MJO is kind of tricky. Nobody's really talking about this either, but we got a wave coming past, and the MJO is a really. Let me put the graphic up here. We talked a lot about it early season, and we kind of stopped talking about it, but You know, when you have thunderstorms rise and uprising of air, you know, you can see it just living here in Florida, man. When you get afternoon thunderstorms, these thunderstorms just go upwards. And when they go upwards, they create thunderstorms. And when you have upward growing thunderstorms, it enables low pressure areas to form below. And that's how it all starts. All the winds come up into those uprising thunderstorms. And as they come up, they start to swirl. And as they rise, the uprising air swirls, and you start to get a little rotation at the surface. And then as the storm moves, it gets more warm water, and the warm water feeds these uprising storms, and you have this ability for storms to develop. When you have this uprising air pattern, when you have a sinking air pattern, whatever causes this, it squashes and induces dry air, basically sinking air. It doesn't allow air to rise. It makes the air sink, which limits the ability for thunderstorms to develop as much as they do in an enhanced stage. It's very fascinating. And I've seen it over the years when we have an enhanced phase at MJO. It's just the map just popping with convection. Like all of a sudden, it just flips a switch on, man. You go from like nothing to like, boom, the Atlantic just starts firing storms left and right. So anyway, we got one of those little phases coming. Green is enhanced, and the 17th is right here, which is just a couple of days from now. But you can notice green in the Caribbean. And, you know, going forward, all the way to October, you know, middle October here, we're going to be an enhanced passing of the MJO wave. And another graphic I got here from shows the same thing, but just a different version of it. Shows that we're, you know, anything yellow is sinking air pattern. This is the Pacific. This is the Atlantic. This is us. This is Florida right here. That little sticking out like a sore thumb. That's Florida. But anyway, we're going to be entering day 1, day 5. This was initialized the 12th, so you know this week we're going to be, and then going into next week we're going to be blue, which is MJO, and that's going to last at least 2 weeks. This map only goes out 15 days, so that's definitely a very favorable part of tropical development. The other thing is water anomalies. You know, we have. The mean is basically down here, kind of that tealish green and light yellow. So water temps, you know, a degree or two above normal as it treks this way. So the water's a little warmer than normal. The other thing is the ocean heat content. This is what really gets storms going. Our system right now is way over here in this area, basically. And the water's cool underneath the surface where it's at now. But once it enters these magnified colors, meaning greens and yellows, and the brighter they go, the hotter the water is below the surface. This is where you really got to kind of worry about any system that gets down in this area, because it'll have an endless supply of fuel to develop. That's why things happen quick. I think we showed Dorian on our show, and it was only predicted to be a tropical storm hitting Florida. And it always fascinates me. So let's look at that again. I just want to show that archive of Dorian, because I thought it was very interesting how things can change fast. So here's your 5-day wind line. This is Dorian back in 2019. And at one time, Dorian was expected to weaken and basically be a tropical storm all the way from Hispaniola to Florida. And we know that didn't happen, right? What's up, Dale? I don't think our Facebook's working. Hey, we just got a new cat subscriber, Shelly. Look at that. Welcome. Jay Clark, supporter over on YouTube, man. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for joining up. Florin Parrish. You know, a theory that I read, Bobby, you're a big theorist. Dale, yes. Taco Tuesday. You know it, man. Always. Theory is that the volcano that we had, was it, I don't know when it was, late last year, early this year, but you know, there's a lot of theories going around that dumped so much ash up in the atmosphere that it could be affecting the Atlantic dry air that we've seen that was kind of been unprecedented. So yeah, I see that Daytona bum. Those little phantom storms, weird, you know. But yeah, I saw it. I'm more interested in the fact that everybody's predicting high pressure above Florida the 20th, 21st. It's just a matter of if our storm is there or slow, then it turns. So it's really going to have a lot to do with our forward speed on whether or not this thing has a shot at making the Gulf or Florida. Yes, the volcano. And the other theory is third-year La Niñas are very uncommon. There's only been a couple third-year La Niñas. So the fact that we were in La Niña for the third year in a row could ultimately come down to the fact that it's not your typical La Niña year after a El Niño year. So the fact that we were a third-year La Niña, now I'm starting to read that's kind of uncharted waters, you know, a little bit. So the third year of La Niña hasn't happened very often. Could have really not been predicted what a third year La Niña will do to the tropical season. So it's good stuff, you know. It just goes back to the fact that homegrown, watch things in real time, and just because it walks like a duck and smells like a duck, it might be a pelican. Right, Shelley? So anyway, all right. So this is looking back at Dorian, just showing you how. The only point of this is this: anything in these waters. Look at Andrew. You just have to watch. And at one time, back in 2019, it was only expected to be a storm. And this is the 5-day cone, so. That's what's always got me curious. Even if, you know, so we'll see. Anything can happen here in this little stretch. But it was still only predicted to be a storm 5 days out. And then all of a sudden it turned into that monster major hurricane. It didn't want to move. 150 mile an hour winds. That's a little more tropical storm. 150 miles an hour winds. 180 mile an hour winds. God, I forgot I got that strong. What the heck's up with that? And there's that curve that happened. Man, 180 mile an hour winds. September 1st, 2019. Man, 180 mile an hour winds. Everybody in Florida was watching. Didn't think that curve was coming. 185. What the heck, man? I forgot about this. That thing was a monster. 180. And then it turned. High pressure came in, pulled it up. I bet you all remember watching Dorian. Unfortunately, our Bahamas got beat up bad as it did not move at all. So anyway, bottom line, anything can happen in this part of the world. That's all I got to say about that. So remember, Facebook wasn't working very good today. I apologize. Not sure what's up with the chat. Florin Parish. Oh, that's not good. Killed your vacation spot. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're watching this guy. No need to panic. Just be aware. If it came to Florida, if the timing would be 21, 22 next week, latter part of next week. If, that's a big if. I mean, I talk about all, it's a big if. And if you're wondering what that vibrations are in the background, that's Hunter. Where did little Louie, or where'd Hunter end up at, by the way? Hunter usually sleeps with his brother. I'm worried about him. I don't know where he went. Hunter. Not like Hunter to not sleep with his brother. All right, so there you go. Let's see what else. So if you got the app, guys, I'm going to be updating here in a minute. I did send a notification out this morning. You should have got it. Make sure your notifications are turned on your phones. Every phone's different. But I did send out a notification this morning on the app, and it said Atlantic wave now at 40. You can see it right there. I send out notifications anytime there's anything in the tropics. Also, we have Cat 5 supporters, and I sent out a text today. So the Cat 5 supporters, monthly and yearly for Cat 5s on that, you should have got a text. If you didn't, make sure you reach out to Shelly. You should have got an email that shows you how to sign up for text messaging alerts, and it's something new this year. And everybody likes it. So, haven't had anything to text in the last couple weeks, but yeah, well, our last one was, when was our last one? Today was September 13th. That's September 2nd. So it's only been actually, oh, and I did one September 1st. So we only had a week off. Not bad. All right, so anyway, that's it. I'm going to update. I got a lot of updating to do. So we got Invest 98, is it now? Invest 98. Let's take a looky. Invest 96. Not 98, 96. 95 was the one that fizzled. So there it is, Invest 96. And so we'll have spaghetti models here in a little bit. They take a while. They take a while to run, especially on Levi's site. You'll probably wait until the 12Z suit before they all run. So don't run and jump and get on worried about spaghetti models. It takes time for the spaghetti models to actually run and get data input, put it into them. So the 12Zs will be out here in a couple hours, and then we'll start getting more models. But I'll update the website, and we'll have all these great graphics on there for you to follow along with. And yeah, so that's that. As far as Florida goes, I got to show you this real quick. So we did have a cold front today. Let's check out the temperatures tomorrow. The temperatures tomorrow are actually going to be cool for the upper Gulf Coast. I can't believe it. Check this out. Southeast is going to be feeling cool air. And that will be, is this ready for Tuesday yet? No, here's Wednesday. So tomorrow's temperatures for Wednesday, the latest modeling. So, possibility that Mobile, you might hit 59. It says 62 right now. But we are going to see low 60s, possibly 50s into the Florida Panhandle tomorrow morning. Low 60s down by Pensacola in the morning. We're going to see 60s drop close to Gainesville in the morning. A lot of 50s on this map. 40s up in the mountains. All of Carolinas are going to feel 60s. All Georgia, 50s and 60s. Alabama, 50s and 60s. Cloud cover is non-existent for the week for the pretty much everybody but the peninsula of Florida. Here is your cloud map. I love looking at this. So here basically is tomorrow. A little bit of clouds maybe coming in off that warm Gulf Stream, but look at this. Everybody's going to be seeing nothing but blue sky all the way through Friday here. Look at this. Thursday. Even a little bit of Panhandle is going to feel fall come Thursday. No clouds. That lingering front. This is Saturday. You guys are going to be cloud free Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a lot of everybody in the Southeast, from Texas to Virginia. And here's our potential system rolling in here off the Euro. So enjoy that. That's something else, man. Dry air, you're going to feel it. I like to look at Levi's site. He's got a really good precipitation humidity map on here. 300, 700. And you can see dry air all the way to Monday of next week. Oh my goodness gracious, look at this. So brown is dry air, low humidity. Green is, here it comes, moist. Green is moist air. Peninsula rain all week into the weekend. But look at this dry air. I mean, this is Wednesday. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, look at that. Maybe a front comes down middle of next week into the Florida Peninsula. But look at that, man. Dry air for so many people here that this is going to feel like fall, man. Go get them pumpkins. And, and all that good stuff. All right, so there you go. So, hey, yeah, once again, hello, everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Appreciate it. Tuning in. We're going to do our updates for Invest 96 here. We do have it on the podcast. It's not really going as good as I was hoping to, so we might niche the podcast next year. But anyway, there is a podcast that I put up the audio after each one. It's free. You can be a subscriber with a lot of perks. Check that out. We appreciate all the subscribers. Our Brew Group family is the best. We do send out Christmas cards for all of our yearly supporters. And this year we're adding a little calendar to the Cat 3s, Cat 5s. A lot of perks. Everybody always wants to ask how to be a part of the page. We have our cruise coming up, which I've already talked about, but we're totally excited about. We're going to change the link around here, actually. There's a sign-up button. If you sign up, register online, Kim will actually call you. Kim is our what was that girl's? Julie? She's our Julie from the Love Boat. So all the information's on that. But gosh, we have so much fun. We just totally invite all y'all to come. And, Royal Caribbean's changed all their health protocols now, so everybody can sail, if you know what I mean. A lot of people are waiting on that. So now you can come regardless. But all the details of what we're doing, and we'll be back. So then, and lastly, the last thing here I'm going to do is we do update. I do these little 5-minute updates. We're doing the YouTube thing. The YouTube has been working out really good. Tried it last year. I tried it last year to upload these on Facebook. It didn't go as good as I hoped because they get lost in the shuffle. And the cool thing about the YouTube ones is you can watch them on the app. You can watch them on your phones. I have a section which I had to work really hard with YouTube to get it set up, but they enable me to embed now everything. So you can watch everything on the app. And the TV, you can watch it on TV now, big screen. So I've been doing these short little 5-minute videos, and people like them, so appreciate that. So you can subscribe over there. The one yesterday had 7,000 views. I've been averaging about 2,500. So our goal is to keep it up, grow, and be on all platforms, even TikTok. I am on TikTok and Instagram. So bottom line is this, folks. No need to worry, but I definitely got my curiosity pegged here on what the heck's going on. This little guy's always had that gut feeling of something maybe to watch. It's always been a little lower rider, and big question mark's going to be 21st, 22nd. We're going to have a high pressure possibly. And if our system makes it this far, it'll probably ride along that. If it's here, it'll probably have a better chance of turning. So forward speed's going to have a lot to do with it. But nonetheless, definitely we got a lot of people watching the Caribbean. Timing is this weekend, Puerto Rico, and it could be a sneaky little system. A couple of models are showing this thing maybe becoming organized before the islands. So prepare, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, this little guy could get its act together and possibly be named before it gets to you. So definitely not out of the question. Now that we have the HWRF high resolution models running, it's a very good intensity model because now it's an Invest 96. We'll start seeing better modeling data run. But like I said, the icon is showing 980 possible system. So definitely got to watch it. So. Cool beans. Cat, we have a lot of followers. Awesome. For the U.S. Virgin Islands. All right. Cool to know. Cat. Kit Kat. We might do one tonight. I don't know. No, we're not. It's Taco Tuesday. Well, you never know. If things really change, we'll do one. What we do? 5 o'clock? Shelly, didn't we do 5 o'clock? I like the 5 o'clock because I can do my thing at 6. 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, Bill, no, that's not a good thing to write. So, I hate to hear that, buddy. But we'll be thinking of you, Mr. Barber. All right. All right, well, I got a lot of updating to do, it looks like. So we will see you all 100% tomorrow, Wednesday, and possibly this afternoon, later tonight. We'll, if we do anything live, we always let you know. So, all right, have a great day.